All right, Alpe du Zwift. It's been a little while since I've taken on this challenge. My last time, a little over 2 years ago, I was 41 seconds from a sub 60. So, hey, that's only 1 second per minute, right? So we'll see how today goes. You can't get through the ultimate challenge with Tour de Zwift without going up the Alpe. Right, here we go. Let's hit the Alpe. Welcome back to the channel. While this is part of a Tour de Zwift group ride, in this video I'm primarily focusing in on an individual achievement of the sub-hour Alpe du Zwift climb. For those who may not know, the Alpe du Zwift is a virtual representation of the Alpe d'Huez, one of the most iconic real-world cycling challenges, steeped in Tour de France history. Its 21 hairpin turns have been accurately represented in length and elevation. In fact, there are several comparison videos on YouTube of cyclists attempting both. My strategy is to take it very easy on the first portion of Tour of Fire and Ice route, just enough to warm up the legs but not tire out too soon. This route is one of the 3 routes that include this iconic climb. While Road to Sky is shorter, I prefer the Fire and Ice route as it gives you a longer lead in and stretches those legs just at the beginning section of the epic KOM reverse. To get an estimate of the power needed to break 60 minutes, there are several climb calculators that will factor in weight and target time and then produce an average power level based on previous riders' experience. I've added a link in the description below. Generally, you'll need to hold 3.2 watts per kilogram to break the 1 hour mark, so I'll need a target holding 230 watts up the climb for an hour. Over the past few months, I've seen an improvements in my FTP, so that gives me some confidence, but the proof is actually doing it. Now let's skip ahead to the start of the climb. Alright, well, here we go. Let's have fun. Give it a whirl. A super useful hint, start a stopwatch timer when you cross the climb start. You could also try to remember the elapsed time when you cross the start line, but remembering that plus doing time subtraction isn't easy as it sounds when you're pounding the pedals. My previous attempt was 41 seconds short. At each of these turns, I'll share my splits from that attempt and this one to see if I'm on track to claim those 41 seconds back. Another riding hint is to use the steering to cut the corners as tight as possible. Not sure if it actually helped, but it gives a slight mental boost that you're making it as short as possible. Alright, I've caught those 41 seconds. Now I just need to hold it. Also, use a mix of seated and standing postures to balance out the muscles being used. I found powering through the steeper parts and recovering slightly on the flats tends to work really well. Alright, time to towel off real quick and take a breather. Oh. On bike selection, it's pretty easy. Go as lightweight as possible for this climb. I'm riding Specialized S-Works Atheos with my lightest wheels Revol Alpinist. With my previous climbs, I have not been lucky enough to score the lightest of the light wheels in Zwift, the Meilensteins, only available at the Alp Summit. Almost there. Will I get them this time?
Yes! Woo! Woo!
Well, did it. 59:12, so basically shaved 90 seconds off, which doesn't seem a lot, but when it pushes it to the other side of the hour mark, sure feels good. Well, reflecting back, when I first started the Alpe a couple years ago, I was lucky to get under 90 minutes, so quite a bit of progress, but more I see it as a shout out to all those who are trying to get better every day, little by little. Look for these benchmarks, keep trying, and feel good about the gains you make. So, all right, take care, keep pedaling, and ride on.